actually very delighted to come here because there is an idea about how our parliament takes place. There is an idea. And each of those constitutional posts is designed in such a way, be it a panchayat president or be it a local body, a public representative, or be it a member of legislative assembly, or be it a member of parliament. Member of parliament is a post that is designed to keep in mind a person who will have a vision and foresight, a person who can ideate the future, a person who can collectively take the country's thinking towards the future we are dreaming of. Because this board, a member of the way it is designed, you might have a table about 25 lakh people, some voters, 29 lakh voters, 29 lakh. So which means we are looking at about 14 lakh people who live. Voters are not actually. So as we can understand, the way a member of parliament is designed, of course he cannot meet all the 29 lakh people on daily basis. He cannot meet. It is just impossible. It is also not possible that our candidate, Unda Vishweshwar Reddy Garu, can meet them in 5 years. Not possible. So this role is designed for a visionary. A person who can articulate, a person 540 people in the parliament who can collectively ideate and take the country forward. So this we have to understand in an MP election. This is not an election for fixing up a pothole. This is not an election where we can come and ask what is the pipeline that is there. MLA, the local body, public body representatives are different. So this is an election. We are looking at a visionary. That is why I'm extremely delighted we are sitting in front of a visionary who have achieved great things, who have achieved multiple things in the sector he has worked. First time I met him many months back in Hyderabad. We are having a lovely conversation on the digitization of land records. Lovely conversation. For about 1 hour we were sitting in the car and his vision, even for some of the hydroelectric projects of dam, he was ideating how the future should be. Then I found, oh, this is a different material. This day is a different vision. That is why I am very, very delighted the Chevula constituency has got as a Bharatiya Janata Party candidate for the Unda Vishweshwar Reddy Garu, a person at the right place, right time, who will stand with the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, because Modi ji needs people who will give a vision. Modi ji needs people who can ideate. It is important that people contribute to Modi ji's thinking. Of course, Modi ji's thinking is vision power. Of course, Modi ji has got certain goals in mind to reach there. But Modi ji needs able hands like him in Parliament to guide him, to present their ideas along with Modi ji. That is why he is a perfect material as an MP candidate. And I am very, very sure Chevula constituency is a very unique constituency in Hyderabad. Completely urban, you cross completely rural, then you see the completely upward mobile IT professionals. Then you see the other segment of our population who are aspirational, whom the government has to reach more. I don't think any constituency in Telangana is such rich, such diversified. It has got all segments of our population who look at government differently. So I'm very sure the people in this audience, though the roadshow got cancelled, I think it's a good sign. Because rains are down. Anytime rains bring freshness. It's a blessing from God because rain is very pure, it blesses. So today I'm very sure Unda Reddy Garu is blessed by the rain, by the word of God. All good things will happen. I was also delighted that people danced at the rain. People danced at the rain, all people are supposed to come here. I thought this is my opening remark. That is a perfect example of how an MP candidate should be. A person who has achieved multiple things in his life. A person with a vision. A person who can ideate things in his own way. I am truly delighted based on my multiple interactions with them over the last 1.5 years, at least from my side, that you have got the right person. I'm sure you have to come out and elect them. That's very important. The idea of politics is, the democracy is people have to come out and vote. Because there is no way he is going to meet all 29 lakh voters. No way. He is better half, all well-wishers, party cadres, everybody going in the road, arts and campaigns. There is no way they can maximum meet 10% of electors. It is our duty as volunteers sitting here, as party Karyakartas sitting here, to take this inspire others to come and vote. Vote for the right person. There's no question of competition. If you look at the credentials, the qualification is cut above the rest. There's no comparison to the other candidate. So I hope and pray in the next 3-4 days, whatever time is available in our hand, we will bring everybody to vote. That is important. We will bring everybody to vote, especially the IT professional forums president is here. What do we have a choice? So you create a record, sir. Urban city is only 50% voting, 54% voting. You create a record, 75% voting, 80% voting, 85% voting. With hard work, 100% voting. Hard work, it is possible. Let us all do that in the next 3-4 days. Thank you.
I request Ravi to please come on to the dais. With the local dynamic leadership. I request Gangadhar Garu, the local corporator of BJP, also to please come on to the dais.
They wanted, sir, they want to ask questions. Or I should ask questions. You will answer it.
I was in the parliament. Usually when we go out, people ask in elections or otherwise, they ask for this, they ask for money, they ask for pensions, they ask for roads. I was amazed. Modi did few things which people never asked for. And because people generally ask for what they immediately need. They cannot foresee. If they get this, that's when it's a benefit. Nobody asks for bank accounts. Nobody asks Modi, if you give me bank accounts, I will give you a home. And Modi focused on that. And in the villages I go, 10 years back, only 10 people or 7 people used to have bank accounts. Today, of course, in the same village, 2,000 people have bank accounts. Every house has 2 or 3 bank accounts. And a lot of critics that time. What's the use of having 0 rupees? What's the use of having a bank account when there's 0 rupees there? Who's going to put the bank? And now they are realizing the benefit. We had this Annamalai scheme. It was there in the past government, I don't want to say. And they used to get 150 rupees. And they have to pay 70 rupees in the hand, they get 80 rupees. And even sometimes they have followed the officers' scheme. Now, because of that direct transfer, of course, now it's 300 rupees under 1G government. And they get every penny of it. Now they are realizing the importance of that tax. They never ask for bank account. But, and not only that, something unimaginable is happening in the villages at least. Of course, there are a lot of problems, no doubt about it. But there used to be 5 motorcycles in the village. Now there are 500. Every household in the village has 1 motorcycle. So such transformation 100 times, I think never happened in people. Another thing is, nobody said, give me bathrooms and vote for you. They didn't ask for bathrooms. But we knew that, increase their self-respect, self-worth, and give them a little pride. Nobody asked Modi for bathrooms. Even when I went for campaign 10 years ago, nobody said, give me bathrooms, give me vote. But we knew. And I think that's the visionary you're talking about. Visionary is not something that give the people who need it don't see, but somebody sees their needs and the solution for them. And I think that's what I said.
And my question to our candidate is, being a member of parliament is nothing new to him. He has been a member of parliament. But right now, he is representing a party that has got accountability as a word. So this party is accountable. Wherever we go, we see what we have done. That's what I'm saying. We have done this, we are going to do this 5 years, and we said it. How excited are you to this? Because the next 5 years is going to be a real game changer in Indian politics, Indian governance. How excited are you? How excited are you? The next 5 years is going to be excited. Real game changer next 5 years.
I am really, really excited. And one is he built a platform. Whether it's the digital infrastructure or the physical infrastructure, he built a platform. Never before we see central government shower such, whether it's the highways in Telangana or including my constituency. And of course, this jam infrastructure is in place. And we are ready to leap off. And some of the things, especially in my case, we saw hurdles, those three farm bills, those electricity amendment bills. We need to jump those hurdles also, which were put by the opposition. And if we cross those, I think it's not by 2047. Earlier we can reach our target of BJP's or India's target of reaching number one. One of the things I really see in my constituency is everybody is trying to do the impossible. My constituency is on a plateau. It's the highest elevated plateau, elevated constituency in Telangana. And chief ministers of the chief ministers try to do the impossible. Get water from the valleys of Godavari and Krishna up there. And the electricity cost of pumping water in case of the old Pranahita Shilala is about 3 lakh rupees per acre per crop. So if it has 2 crops, 6 lakhs rupees an acre. Instead of that, we need to change the policies. These unviable projects are not only bad for Telangana, it's also bad for the national economy. And Kaleshwaram is the greatest example. Now we are embarking on another project called Palamur-Rangareddy. That is another Kaleshwaram. So instead of that, of course, the simple thing is farmers want a good life. And instead of trying to get them the unviable irrigation project, they can even increase their either bonus on the NSP or give better Kisan Raitu Bandhu or higher amount. So spending 3 lakhs for NSP, even they get 30,000 rupees per acre. But even better, and especially minus dry land, what DP is doing. Now dry land crops in the older days were cheap and inexpensive. Poor people used to eat millets. We grew up eating millets. I never ate rice until I came to a hostel in Madras. And promote those millets, promote dry land agriculture, and that has now become very valuable. Quintal of rice is costing 2,000 rupees NSP. A quintal of millets is costing something like 17,000 rupees per distance, and it's rising. So don't go against nature, try to bring value from here, promote your traditional crops. They are healthy for the health, healthy for the environment, and healthy for the economy. So these are some of the things that I definitely want to do. I'm excited. But in the city, there are a whole different set of problems. Civic infrastructure and social infrastructure. All the lakes have shrunk, all the parks have shrunk, and no new parks. And you saw the traffic jam. And the traffic jam is practically because the town planners are not designing the town. The real estate tycoons are designing and doing the estate. Right here, there was a 30-story building and the traffic to cross is half an hour. Now they gave additional 25 floors, it's going to become 55 floors. So definitely, we need to keep a check and a watchdog. And the best person to do is somebody sitting in the opposition here and pointing it out to the government and to the people. And second thing is, we get a lot of funds, such which we didn't utilize. So, and they ask for more funds. So somebody here in Telangana from BJP, whether it's MP or MLA, he can do a better job than a local Congress or the ruling party MLA. So I'm definitely going to be that strong opposition.
I think you've waited patiently for a long time, and we keep listening to him, we know his ideas, and he has been very kind enough to export it also. I think it would be better if you have any questions you want to ask, clarify, ask to our friends.
Before going ahead, I request Mr. Praveen Agarwal, who is a very senior employee in Wipro and a resident of our IT corridor, to give his message on this one. Then we go for a question and answer.
Yeah. So my name is Praveen Agarwal. I'm basically from Mathura.
staying here in Hyderabad for the last 22 years in this constituency. I have 3 points and I'll get very, very quickly. This constituency, Srinagarpalli constituency, if I am not wrong, so I will know better, about 40% of our state revenue comes from this constituency, and we see the condition of the roads over here, sir. This is the message for the people. Yesterday, Sangeeta Madam was in our apartment. Somebody asked this question. Modi is taking all the budgets and sending it to Gujarat and UP. Same thing is happening here, sir. All of us here, Srinagarpalli budget is going. We don't know where the budget is going. That's one thing. Second thing is, sir, 2000. Why do I want to vote for Modi? 2000, and this might be a repeat for some of us over here, but I have repeated it twice. Not here in some of the quotes. 2007, here in Hyderabad, my entire family survived a terrorist attack. My entire family survived a bomb blast. We came out unscathed from here. That bomb blast, we saw people died over there. Blood coming out from right, Dumbri Park. 7 people died there. Gokul Chat, 15 people died there. Come 2014, we don't see the terrorists coming to our towns. Terrorists don't come to our cities and then kill us. Terrorists are killed at the border system. That's a good enough reason for me to vote for Modi. Today, when we sit in the streets, we don't see DJ Bombo again. 10 years, the expectations on the government has increased. And now, I'm not asking any local questions or any local listener. What I am trying to put forward is how the world is moving in a rapid phase. And that is because of the development of science and technology. And I have seen the witness in the recent last 10 years. The digitalization during demonetization and during COVID time, we are all able to do our activities from home because of the digitalization. Those who have criticized digitalization subsequently learned that even a common man in the country can use these digital transformations in an excellent fashion. Now my question is, now we are now entering into the next technology. This technology is artificial intelligence. Now since we have 2 people here, this artificial intelligence have come here to stay and it is going to transform, change our lives beyond our expectations. So, now my question to both the visionary leaders here is how far and how long and in what form do we have to use artificial intelligence in our purpose and do we have to use it as restrictions? What is the vision that we are going to use it in a systematic fashion and will you be able to put forward your opinion on your comments on the coming technology and how we are going to put it in our country, development, and put it in all walks of life. We are going to be influenced by artificial intelligence. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, please sit down, sir. Let him answer this question and then I'll give you. Please sit down, sir. I request everyone to ask only one line question so that many of you will get the opportunity.
First question is about artificial intelligence, and we just had a long conversation about artificial intelligence some time back and what we foresee. And you don't understand, sir. The reason we are trusting Modi, the reason everybody wants Modi, because he is one step ahead of the curve. That you have to understand. In the parliament, when Modi spoke about digitalization, and Modi had a vision, the whole of our country will get into digitalization very effortlessly, seamlessly, smoothly. I remember the former finance minister, P. Chidambaram said, "Oh, India is not that advanced. How will somebody who is selling something in the road, how will they get it?" Now it's a matter of happiness for all of us. 46% of world's digital payments happens in our country. 46%. 54% happens in the rest of the world. It is one Indians we are very good in adaptability. We adapt very fast. And it is not necessary we learn so much. It is not necessary somebody has to teach it. Just by seeing, observing, we learn. That is the pride of being a man. Now what Modi is doing is he's trying to channelize the spirit and trying to make sure that we are one step ahead of the curve. Like what you said, artificial intelligence. Of course it is going to be a game changer. In the last 1 year, even during the election time, we are seeing both the plus and minus. The minus is which is more being reportable in the press. Somebody's video is getting marked. And unknown words which you never spoke are being done. That was a state like Telangana for which a police case is happening. Even the chief minister is involved in that case. We are seeing that. And a lot of positive things, right away, a lot of information you are getting at one shot. The way I see it, how artificial intelligence will be in the future, that is for here to stay. And I'm very sure the government of India is one step ahead with respect to the other countries, with respect to how artificial intelligence should be handled. Of course, there is a regulation, and any new technology that comes has to be regulated. Nothing can be left unregulated in a country like India and a public space. Regulation is going to go hand in hand. But at the same time, it is important that artificial intelligence is not going to take anybody's job. It has to empower you. Empowering you doesn't mean it can take away jobs. I think everybody is very clear. As our lives, we are looking at more efficiency, we are looking at more progressiveness in our life. Artificial intelligence is going to just add value. It cannot be a jobless growth. India, we are right now, we are about $3.8 trillion now. So Modi ji has a vision that by 2047 we have to reach broadly the number one country in the world. If you look at the vision that Modi ji has got, China is at 17 trillion now, Americans are at 32 trillion. If you plot this in a map, India, if it grows at 13.5% starting from today, Americans are growing at 4% starting from today. Both of us will reach in 2047. Is 13.5% growth realistically possible? It is possible. India, probably we can do something which the world hasn't done till now, in which artificial intelligence has to play a role. The traditional needs of our economy has to play a role. Technology has to play a role. Because we are looking at an unparalleled growth which no country in the world has seen. Now we have done it, sir. What? We are adding 1 trillion in a matter of 6 years. Now the next 1 trillion we will add in a matter of 2 years. Then 1 trillion we will add in a matter of year. Then we will add in a matter of months. Because you're looking at that speed, that scale. How is it going to happen? We are not just testing technology, we are building real-time infra. This budget 11,000 crore is put only into infra. Roads, boats, next level. We are looking at bullet trains, we are looking at Vande Bharat, we are looking at ports, we are looking at airports, we are looking at Indian water management. So, artificial intelligence per se is not going to create a disturbance. The country has to have hard asset, roads. You want to travel faster from place A to place B. Your internet has to be faster. And all the technology that you use has to come cheaper. And all the villages has to get connected at a good speed. We are looking at 6 lakh, 6.5 lakh villages. And the Bharat that is the vision that we have. The basic technology that is available in Sherlingapalli constituency. I come from a village which has got 42 houses, my village. I don't live in Sherlingapalli. My father and mother live in the village even now, which has got 42 houses. And what is his vision is, I am going to take this speed, this scale of internet to all the villages of this country. So everything has to come, and artificial intelligence is also going to be a part of it. Of course, the emphasis has to be on hard asset, the hard infra, what you physically create. Whatever candidate was trying to make a pledge. This is a state where they are not investing in infra. Why Hyderabad road is bad? Today morning it was different. Pakistan. You are campaigning at bread at 46 degrees. Today evening in Hyderabad, you are looking at, while coming I saw a woman, a mother, who fell down while boarding a bus. People are running to lift her. Because she was trying to walk towards the bus, there is a pothole. She put her leg in the pothole, she just fell down. And you are looking at a city, a global city, a world important city, you are looking at the center of city where people are not able to navigate in the road. Because this is the condition in which the governments here are looking at infra. Infra for them means it doesn't give votes. Who will put votes? Will anybody vote just because they will build a bridge? Just because they will build a good road? No. The politicians are very smart where votes will come. So Modi ji is breaking that. He is saying, look, I am not going to count your votes on the base of the road I put. I am going to do it because India needs it. So the long and short answer is that yes, artificial is important. But next 25 years, we got to invest in infra. We got to put money in infra, create assets for the country. Then technology has to coexist. Together, we are looking at the transformation change.
continued from 2014 till now, and what would be the scenario if Modi doesn't comes again? How my life would be different?
Okay, it's a favorite question for me. What if Modi hasn't come to our country in 2014 as Prime Minister? Congress government, if you look at 1952 budget, 57 they came to power, 60s, 67, 72, 77, 84, 91, 2004, 2009. These are the years when Congress came to power. Every time they give the same slogan, guaranteed account. We will make sure poverty is eliminated. Every time, same slogan on elections. Do you know how much houses Congress has built for the poor in our country? In the name of Indra Awas Yojana, in the name of Indra Rajyata, they have built less than 10 houses. All through their years, urban, rural, 40 lakh houses, less than 10 they have built. Do you know how much houses Modi has built in the last 10 years? He has built 4 crore houses. And just comparing the scale, when Modi took over in 2014, only 64% of India had gas connection. And MLAs were happy, MPs were happy because somebody will come to our house in the morning. Sir, एक LPG connection का letter दे दो. Because MPs will feel happy. Oh, there is somebody in my house. They want the letter. I'll happily sign the reading. Because the voter is addicted to an MP because you have to stand at their doorstep just to get an LPG connection. Or even a simple railway reservation. Imagine you want a letter from MP. Or even a notary public. Tomorrow if somebody is going and telling, I am Konde Vishweswara Garu, I will say before 2014, I will not believe you. Somebody should say you are Konda Vishweswara Garu. Then a notary fellow taking 300 rupees will say, he is Konda Vishweswara Garu, let me agree he is Konda Vishweswara Garu. Because that level. Now after 2014, for the very first time, we are seeing accountability. 100% of India has got an LPG connection. It's not a joke. 64% in 70 years. Now 100% LPG connection. 49.54 crore people in the last 10 years they got bank account. Which means 49 crore Indians did not have a bank account. Imagine. 18,000 villages did not have a current when Modi took over on May 13, 2014. And just compare. Now, whole of India is electrified. The whole of India has got a bank account. The whole of India has got an LPG connection. Just look at the scale we have achieved in the last 10 years. And not only that, sir. If you look at the physical infra, Congress time, the highway length that they were putting, less than 11 kilometers, 10 kilometers, something 9 kilometers. We are doing 33 kilometers per hour. Airport 74 from 151. Number of medical seats doubled. Number of universities 740, 1,543. You look at anything we have doubled, we have tripled. Any indicator we have doubled. Per capita income 86,000 rupees. Now 1,82,000 rupees. Everything Modi has. So we are looking at the government in the last 10 years has done something which no democratic government in the world has achieved in a 10 years span. No democratic. If Modi is not there, second question. First we are comparing what we have done. Second, Modi is not there. Let us imagine Congress is continuing in 2014. Northeast. When Modi took over, Nagaland was a problem. Assam Ulfa was active. Manipur was a problem. The Naxals were operating from Kathmandu to Tirupati. There was a Naxal corridor. There was a problem in Kashmir. So you're looking at internal problems which would have become at least 2 times more because of their abysmal politics. Sir mentioned about Waterloo Park. I cannot have guaranteed in the last 10 years because why terrorists have to target Hyderabad? Because it's a global city. If anybody targets Hyderabad, it comes at New York Times, column number 1, page number 1. They want it. Investment doesn't come. The global world will not look at Hyderabad. So Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, very important targets for a terrorist. That's why they take all the effort to come. That is why urban cities, we should feel grateful. The cities which are growing, which normally becomes a target of terrorists, we should become grateful that in the last 10 years, internal security, Modi has built a fortress around our country. So in the last 10 years, again, if Modi is not there, the Congress government has continued. What will happen? We will be looking at dynastic politics more. rupees. Now, moment we say India, they're looking at a country which has got potential. And they know India cannot be taken lightly in the global forum. And they know India as a country that will give as good as it gets in the international forum. So, fundamental transformation. You cannot even imagine what will happen to our country if Congress has continued power for some time. And for the very first time, they are looking at it in a democracy. An Indian democracy, a government can function without corruption. You tell me. In an Indian democracy, I see the government functioning without corruption. You look at Telangana, the BRS government, you look at Congress. They are a mother of corruption. Every single thing, the irrigation project, this, that. So 10 years, not Modi ji, there are 76 ministers in the cabinet. Collectively, this government, nobody can even make an acquisition. We have stolen a pencil from office. That kind of clean government is given. And now we are going one step further. Why people like Kotaji is nominated? Because what is clear. Members of parliament should have a vision, should have a standing of their own, should have a trust of public, should actually deliver services in a proper way. That is why Modi ji is very careful whom the party nominates. The party doesn't let them do not nominate people. It's a very careful process. It gets from the state, it goes to center, it goes to parliament board. Modi ji sits for 3 hours, 5 hours. We have started meeting where Modi ji sits for 7 hours. Through the midnight, each candidate even outlays pros and cons, the goodness, what they bring to the table, then they get nominated. So that is also a great thing that has happened because the candidate selection of Bharatiya Janata Party is one of the most robust candidate selection party. I did not know a Gandhi family person. I did not know somebody in Newton's Delhi. I did not know somebody who can carry favors with the Congress party. All we have to do is be ourselves and the party will give responsibilities to everybody. So basically, what is it brought accountability into politics also?
I just add to that. I was quite against, when I first became a parliamentarian in 2014, and there was a bill subsequently called FRDA, Financial Resolution and Deposit Insurance. Financial resolution was required because the banks were going bankrupt. Every public sector bank was bankrupt. SBI, which is good, was just about broke. Nobody could turn it around. But he imported a lot of banking reforms. But more importantly, he pointed out, it's the poor that pay higher interest rates and the repayment is more than 98%. This is the big industrialists, Vijay Mallya's and all, take thousands of those and the repayment is either delayed or they just run away to England. He started focusing on that. He did a lot of banking reforms. And people had to run away. And he made sure that the BJP's stated philosophy is Antodaya, which also matches that. It also made the banks profitable. He took some very tough decisions. What he did was, the previous Congress government, it also addressed the gentleman who was talking, how does it make a difference between Congress and? So previous Congress government were hiding unrepayable loans under NPA grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. They are not NPAs. They actually will never recover it. They should write it off. Previous governments, what they showed is, on the paper, they showed the bank wasn't performing well. NPA also is an asset. So let's say if a bank had 1,000 crores non-performing asset, which actually should be written off, they write it off. And they got 100 crore profit. They had to pay, actually they had a 900 crores loss. They had to pay taxes on the 100 crores profit. Modi ji had the correct to call spade a spade. This is not recoverable, we'll write it off. Of course, there are insinuations and allegations saying Modi writes off people's loans. But who gave those loans? Congress government. So he wrote off those loans. So immediately it shows itself showing a 100 crore profit, it's a 900 crore loss. And all the bank's balance sheets suddenly became unhealthy because that's the truth and the fact. And from there he started the reforms and started giving loans to the middle class, lower middle class, then the 500 motorcycle came, all these apartment complexes came, they take loans without paying any price. And today the banking industry is turned down. And State Bank of India are more than Reliance Industries profit. Something unbelievable. Then, not only that, before somebody wants to invest in stock market, they used to invest in Wipro, Infosys, TCS, IT companies. Today, the shares of the public sector banks are overshooting Wipro, Infosys. Unimaginable in Congress government. And not just PSU banks. Right next to us is BHCL, loss making. Nalco, Oil India, OIL, all these were loss making. And nobody believed that public sector companies could be loss making. We turned it around. So the benefit of that is common man being able, whether it's a poor guy or whether it's middle class or middle class, they can easily walk into a bank now and take a loan. And I think that's making a difference to a lot of salary classes.
Thank you, sir. A lot of questions are coming from both the sides. Two questions from this side, then I'll get to that side as well. Please be assured that I'll come to sir. Please, small questions. Okay. So it's a privilege and honor to stand in front of you and address you, ask questions. So I would say Viksit Bharat, the ground is Vishwaguru. Narendra Modi's vision is the civilizational revival and the fact that civilization is hierarchy. That's where we talk. I was just reading today about medical colleges in India, 700 years old, in Tachashila, in Banaras, in Nalanda, and these colleges. So the question is, going back to the roots, and that's where we get our confidence from the self-confidence, the societal confidence, as well as the national self-esteem. Small interrelated to where we come from. And that's the root. And it's the same case with China, which very clearly believes that it's a medieval kingdom, and that's why they believe that they're there to rule. It comes from that perspective. So, and as we acknowledge globally that the only power which can handle China or can counter China is India, from the civilization perspective. Having said that, there are some historical norms to be corrected in terms of norms. On one hand, you look at progression and then India can end. But India cannot end anywhere without correcting the historical norms. And the historical norms in terms of vision are the constitutional norms, the ITC, and the judicial. I come from a judicial background. We are from a family of administrators and high court judges and so on and so forth. 11th generation in Hyderabad. Vishwashankar knows this very well. So, when are we looking at these kind of fundamental changes which can bring up equilibrium and equality in the society? For a common man to step on and say, here I am being treated as an equal and not as a second grade or third grade or fourth grade citizen.
I'm very happy you asked this question, sir. Let us define the word called fiction here, what it actually means. So, fiction means development. Now let us define what is development. Development means that all of us should have a car, all of us should have a standard means of income. We don't actually need that. This is part of development. This is one part. If you look at US now, the average per capita income is about $60,000. We are $2,500. And once you cross $6,000, they call you a mid-income country. Now, if you compare the current US and current India, US is probably a rich country, but it is not a developed country. You have to understand the difference. $60,000 they have per capita income, but it's a deeply divided society. It's a deeply divided society. The nature of family is broken. The concept of family is broken. One of the highest divorce rates in the world. The highest incarceration in the world. Per capita 1 lakh. More number of people in America jailed than any part of the world. So we can just say statistics after statistics. What Modi means in developed Bharat, economy is one pillar. Of course, you want to reach a state because you're looking at 142 crore. And statistics says we might reach 165 crore before we start dropping down. Which means the highest population India will see is going to be 165 crore. It might increase up before we start declining. You're looking at a concept of population which no country in the world has seen 160. China has seen about 137, 135. First time we have crossed 140. So we are going into a territory nobody in Nagarjuna, there is nobody in Karimnagar. No, that is not a developed India, sir. And we are not looking at a concept where the wealth is going to define how happy you are now. Wealth is just a part. So that is why your question is very important, because you answered a part of it. So we got to do it the Indian way. So there is no American way, there is no England way, there is no European way, there is no China way. This developed Bharat is going to be the Bharat way. Spirituality, economy, village roots, our parampara, happiness, concept of living a good life even after 60. The problem in China, sir, when you became richer, you became older. So we don't want to have a country where we have become richer, but by the time you become older. So we have to look at a concept and the future where you got to become richer, you got to become older, you got to still live a healthy and happy life. Healthy and happy life needs to have park, needs to have amenities, needs to have clean air, needs to have good drinking water, needs to have happiness. So that is why sir, people have to be very careful. If there is one party which can articulate Judicial Bharat, if there is one party which can get it done, it is only Modi's party. Because it is such a complex. It is not that easy, sir. We are not looking at economic growth. Economic growth anybody can do. Economic growth any second person can do. But economic growth is not our part. And build institutions of excellence. You mentioned about taxes, you mentioned about Nalanda. We got to build institutions of evidence like that. And we got into the world capital, not in the economy. The world capital in spirituality. The world capital in the ease of living. The world capital in happiness. The world capital where the Bharatiya way will act as an inspiration for everybody. So that is why people like it better. So who can articulate this in parliament? He has to go and talk. Hyderabad just doesn't need roads. Here he will say Hyderabad needs parks also. Hyderabad doesn't want international airport. Along with international airport, Hyderabad needs clean water. Hyderabad just doesn't want another concrete structure. Hyderabad wants clean air also. So when everything is combined, you're looking at nation park.
Here one question.
Here one question about judicial reforms. So myself, Vishwanath, sir. So there are lots of cases pending in the apex court in judiciary. So even AI is not going to take up of these cases. So the government is not able to increase the judges. So what is your take on judicial reforms in India?
Judicial reforms are definitely required. Successive governments try to address this using tribunal for customs, central administrative tribunals. That kind of took the load off. But I think the primary judiciary with the High Court and the Supreme Court, one of the things is so many antiquated laws within. We need to get rid of them. We need to get rid of the antiquated laws, and I think the previous governments, the present government, really did a lot in that manner. But one of the things is if we interfere too much, then the judiciary comes in and says, there was this activism, judicial activism. So they give they push back. So this has to happen over a period of time, and definitely there's one leader that is pushing for judicious reforms in the judiciary is Modi. Simply putting tribunals, yes, it's helping. Without stepping on the toes of judiciary, without compromising independence of the judiciary, it is challenging. But I think Modi is the right direction, and hopefully in this next 5 to 10 years, this problem will be reduced drastically. I could only come up with that. Anything you like to add?
So I think, sir, that's not the very important part that antiquated laws, old ones. So we'll be very happy to know, especially since you asked this question. In the last 10 years, we have taken out 18,000 laws. We have taken out 18,000 unwanted acts. 18,000 very funnily, sir, in Andhra Pradesh there was an act. If you want to become a motor vehicle inspector, you should have a proper teeth, which is a proper order. There's an act, British act. If you open your mouth, if your teeth is not in proper order, you are rejected. We took that out. So this kind of acts are taken out in the last 10 years. Now, Modi is repeatedly emphasizing on two things. From our side, government side, High Court vacancies are full, Supreme Court vacancies are full. There is no pending vacancy per se. But Modi is pushing for more technology in education. Now, you'll be very happy to know, Modi in the last Chief Minister CJA conference he mentioned that courts, it is important they should start delivering arguing in mother tongues. Andhra, Telugu, not necessarily English, Tamil Nadu, that's a big fight happening. And the judgment pronounced by Supreme Court should be available in your mother tongue to read. So right now there are 8 languages Supreme Court judgment is available. Artificial intelligence. You can take it, you can read it. So now, like sir said, judiciary has to be independent. Nobody should touch it. Because India, judiciary is the last resort. People should trust, okay, even if government is making a mistake, the judiciary cannot afford to make a mistake. So you cannot tinker too much in judiciary. At the same time, with use of proper technology, we can bring pendency down. And more important, use low coverage effectively. Silly issues we fight in court for 40 years. And many times the fight is between brother and brother. Brother and brother, they go all the way to Supreme Court, sir. District Court they start, Sessions Court they go. It will be a matter of 2 inches of land. Then High Court, then Supreme Court. And how will they solve that issue? They will sell one part of land and fight this because it is specific issue. So that is, as a society, we should think is a fight over that. Americans function on compromise. Plea bargain. Come, we'll sit down, we'll discuss which is better for you. I think I'm sure over a point of time we will get into more compromises in local and sit down, not burden the court, because the Supreme Court is essentially a constitutional court. Of course, it's an overseeing court also, it's an appeal court also. Because our Supreme Court has multiple things. The American Supreme Court is basically a constitutional court. It rules on constitutional matters. But our Supreme Court, we are overburdening. Right from appeal to a constitutional, our law is interpreted to a government order. So I think in the next 10-15 years it is important that as a society we should be very clear. Why should I go? Why you should not?
So thank you, sir.
If I speak too much, I may border on that, of course. That is why it is very important that we should speak what exactly it is and what is happening.
Man has got one question here, sir.
When would the day India change to Bharat completely? When would the day India change to Bharat completely?
Madam, our constitution is very clear, the line 1. Bharat, that is India. It's very clear on line 1, constitution that we read it. And Congress is like, oh, when do you change the name to Bharat? India was always Bharat. And there is no need to change it. And the constitution is very clear. And when Modi changed the G20, it was not an Indian right, it was a Bharat right. So we are very clearly mentioned. So there is nothing in the law which says that there is a name change by law you should do it. The constitution is very clear. India, that is Bharat. So it is Bharat. And very specifically, Bharat, I personally believe it actually captures the essence of our country.
So one small
Only that.
yeah. One small suggestion is, sir, I want to make Chirvella in many places. You can make Chirvella as ad-hoc function now. I have a project work on that. I'll meet you and explain about that. Thank you, sir.
I just answer a part of it question. He wanted to declare India as a Hindu country. That he mentioned that. There is a very interesting Supreme Court judgment which is still the only judgment that is available. Hindutva, what is Hindutva? The Supreme Court in its judgment is very clearly said Hindutva is a way of life. That is the Indian way of life is Hindutva. Hindutva is not a wrong word, Hindutva is not a bad word. It's a Supreme Court, nobody twisted it. That is the keep telling you, a Hindu way of life accommodates a Muslim. A Hindu way of life accommodates a Christian. A Hindu way of life is the only way of life that is closer to nature. Because our way of life is actually not a religion. Swami Vivekananda, 1893 in Chicago, he mentioned this. The World Parliament of Religions, everybody came and everybody spoke. Vivekananda was speaking 22nd and 23rd in the order. He mentioned, since everybody is speaking religion and everybody is talking about this, that, and that, so I never intended mind as a religion, but since everybody is religion, then mind is the mother of our religions. If you look at Vivekananda's speech, the problem that it is, left liberal ecosystem, the London and American educated politicians, the so-called influencers, they are like, oh, religion means it's a doctrine, it's a life. And people don't understand this. Hindu to a Hindu is a way of life, it's not a doctrine. It accommodates everybody, it doesn't exclude anybody. It takes people along. And for that, I think maturity will come, people will read more, the mind is more open, they will listen to everything. And that takes a matter of time. Just to be thinking, just to be mentioned about Modi ji, declaring Bharat, the also it is already in the constitution. I would like to be a simple worker, sir. I'm not about to do it Tamil Nadu. A lot of Harikatas, next 8 years, we have to work and build a party. So not seeking power, not here for power. Our work is unfinished in Tamil Nadu. We still have to walk a long way to make money.
We have only 2 minutes. Just before you switch on the mic, can I make a request? So I think we have only 2 minutes before the mics are switched off. One small request. The opposition has fielded 15 Kota Vishweshwar Reddies. Okay? 15 Kota Vishweshwar Reddies. This one, of course, only one. They change their family names also. But in this one, on the ballot day, the uneducated will not make a mistake. They will simply blindly press on lotus, on Kamal. It's the educated who will get confused. You guys will get confused. You will try to search for better facilities and will get confused. So, don't look for anything, just look for lotus symbol. Okay. Number 2.